Hey guys, I'm MIgardener, and today I'm actually going to be doing a kind of a cool series that won't happen just today. It'll happen over the course of 3 days, but it's going to be an MIgardener update marathon. And every single day for the next 3 days, I'm going to have updates on the home garden, which I'll do now. Then tomorrow will be the compost pile. I've never really shown the compost pile, so it's going to be an update on the compost pile. And then the day after that is going to be the update at the cottage. So it's going to be really fun, it's going to be really cool. So let's get started. Oh, Zoe. Just laying out in the sun, huh? Anyways, alright, so with the garden, you got these Italian roasting peppers, sorry. These are the Italian roasting peppers we put in here. These pots, they're doing really great. Some birds have actually moved in. I don't know if you can see in there or not. It's too dark. But they actually have started building a nest in there, so that's pretty cool, bringing some life into the garden. As you walk into the gate here, I got some beans starting to sprout. I might have to reseed a little bit, but I'm not concerned. I got some beans sprouting. I got some more beans sprouting over here. Kind of sparse, but it's because we didn't have rain for like 2.5 weeks, and all of a sudden it was just like washout rain. So so you are getting some ones sprouting up that are just now sprouting. Got some more beans over here and some more beans over there. Like I said, pretty sparse, but we'll take what we can get, and we'll reseed what doesn't sprout. Then over here, I am blown away by this. This is phenomenal. If anybody, and I mean anybody, gets a chance to grow the red Russian kale, grow the red Russian kale. It is phenomenal. And I've actually also just now found that I think the seed supplier, oops, there we go, blocked some of the sun, it's so bright. I think the seed supplier may have gotten a slight cross, because I have what looks to be like a blue curled Scotch kale intermixed with what looks to be a red Russian kale. It's a little bit of both. It's showing like the crazy leaf type like the red Russian kale has, but it has the white stem instead of the pink. But this thing is just crazy lush, and the light again does no justice to this garden because it's so bright. And it just rained last night, so everything is growing extremely well. And yeah, I mean, I have no comments for how awesome this is. And then the lettuce back here is doing phenomenal. The lettuce is starting to fill out, looking extra glossy. I do have some Swiss chard in here interplanted. I got purple there. I got a red right here. The red or orange looks so beautiful. Looking great. I got a yellow in here. So everything is looking awesome. I'm really happy with the way things are turning out. This is my blue curled Scotch kale bed, and this is also filling out very nicely. We've been harvesting just some petite leaves for salads, but then we save the bigger leaves for like soups and stuff, and they turn out amazing. They are really awesome. I think we might do a couple recipe videos even, because the recipes that we have are just great tasting. And then here I have a maximum capacity planting of the hottest peppers in the world here. At the cottage I actually have the hottest peppers in the world, but these are just some of them. These are the Bootjalokia up until here, so I have 4 by 5, so I have 20 Bootjalokia plants here, and then I have 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 36 plants of the red habanero, and they're looking great. They're super full. They're looking fantastic and very healthy. And also I thought I'd mention I added some forest loam. Now this stuff is beautiful. It was actually from a tree that had fallen down at my cottage, and it probably had fallen down for hundreds and hundreds of years. And all that was left was this gorgeous, like rich, red, spongy material. And it was just so, I mean, like, look, I just squeezed out all that, and it's like pretty much compost tea making material already. It's just so gorgeous. So I put that in the bed, loaded that in there. And this, oh, I forgot to say, this was my strawberry bed, but we had a freeze/frost, and the strawberries went back into dormancy. Some made it, so I actually moved them over there where they're going to do a little bit better because they aren't as low to the ground. So if it does get a crazy frost, they're usually the first things to sprout. So I put them in a higher bed where they'll be a little bit more elevated. So if it does freeze or frost, these lower beds down here are going to be the ones that get hit, but the raised ones are going to get a little bit of an elevation advantage. Then over here is the broccoli, and the broccoli is looking great. It hasn't really thickened up much. Again, this is my last year trying broccoli. If it fails, I will not be planting it. The arugula we haven't done a whole lot with because it went to seed so quickly. Some of these aren't, but I will be saving seeds from the arugula. We are going to try to do some stuff with the arugula. It's really crazy, and it bolts so quickly, but it tastes amazing. So it's like a good and a bad problem to have, I guess. And then back here, we also have some sugar snap peas. They haven't really done much because they kind of need to be trellised up, and I haven't had the time to do that. So I'm going to do that after this video. And then here we have kind of a a really sad tomato bed, let's say, because these were pretty much just the rejects from what we didn't plant at the cottage. And then over here we do have some non-rejects. These are beautiful tomatoes. And this is a Rutgers, and I believe this is a yellow pear. Not sure. Let me see. This is a Cherokee purple right here, and then this is a Brandywine. It's a Brandywine red. And then over here, this right here is a Oxheart tomato. And then I have some other tomatoes interplanted here that were just kind of like tomatoes that weren't so hot that I didn't want to plant up at the cottage. And I did try, I got a couple from the store that I didn't plant from seed. I got a Mr. Stripey, I got a couple Mr. Stripeys, and you know, just kind of a mix match variety. I won't be saving seeds from this bed because it is a mix match variety, and there'll probably be a lot of cross pollinations. But I just wanted to get some tomatoes in the ground here. Also over here, I do have a test going on. This is just an interplanting of different varieties of peppers that we're going to use to eat with. Obviously, we have cayennes, a couple habaneros that I planted that were extras that we won't be eating because those are super hot. But then we also have some Italian roasting peppers, some green bell pepper, what is this? A sweet banana pepper, cayenne pepper, sweet banana pepper, and a sweet banana pepper. But if you look at here, this probably looks familiar to you. This one and that one, you can probably already guess it. I'm running a test on my trifecta. I have them on completely opposite sides of the bed, in the same bed, so they do have the same soil. And this one was given the blood meal and the bone meal. You can't really read it, but that's, yeah, blood meal, bone meal. It's kind of fading. This one was given the blood meal and bone meal. And this one was given the trifecta. So as you guys can see, it's definitely no joke. It's got significantly more growth, a ton more flowers. It's just absolutely loaded with flowers. It's just, and I honestly swear to God, I've not done anything different. And you guys can search for some results. Search for MIgardener Trifecta or Trifecta Plus on YouTube, and there are a lot of people that have uploaded testimonial videos, and they're getting the same results, if not better, actually. Then here, underneath this tree, underneath this big maple tree, because we get a little bit of shade during the day, I tried to plant some lettuce here because it gets super hot back here, and so lettuce doesn't typically do very well. I have the red salad bowl lettuce and some more of the romaine. It was a later crop, so we figured once we harvested the stuff by the garage, then we would harvest that stuff over there, and then we'd harvest that stuff in that bed, and then we'd harvest this stuff. So it's kind of a succession planting. And then here is the sorry strawberry bed. They got hit with a freeze and just went really limp. Some of them are starting to come back. As you can see, some of them are starting to come back, but these are just, ooh, wow, it was a hit. We had like just a rogue 28-degree night, and then another rogue 28-degree night, and then another rogue 28-degree night, just to make sure everything was nice and dead. But aside from all that, the garden is doing great. And then over here, we have more blue curled Scotch kale. This is doing amazing. I mean, I love the blue curled Scotch kale. It's a really reliable variety. It's very heat tolerant. It'll grow through almost the whole summer. I will say though, it does get spicier in the summer. It does get spicier, a little bit more peppery. And then here is the Resurrection spinach bed. As you can see, what died here, clearly what died. But it's no big deal. It's still doing great. The spinach has gone to seed. I wish there was a way we could save it other than just pinch off the seed, the seed stalks. But I'm gonna let it go to seed, harvest some seed, because this was a great variety of spinach. I mean, look at these leaves. Look at this spinach leaf. That is a spinach leaf. That is no joke right there. That is a huge honking big spinach leaf. So, you know, I love the spinach. I loved it. It did great. So I'm actually going to save the seeds from it so we can grow it again next year. And then this bed right here is obviously an interplanting of some of the red salad bowl and then the romaine. And then I tried to, but kind of got hit by the frost. I seeded some cucumbers, and the cucumbers are coming up, but they are looking really sad. As you can see, that's not actually the light hitting that, that's actually leaf burn from the frost. So it may come back, and I might have to reseed. I have lots more seeds, so I'm not concerned about that. Just another setback, but it's not a big one. And then last but not least is the absolutely ever so gorgeous garlic bed here. When you actually grow garlic, it's going to kind of look kind of limp and dead at the bottoms, but the tops are going to continue to grow. And just like an onion, your lower leaves will die, and it doesn't mean that you have a nutrient deficiency. Like over here, if you see these leaves right here, they're actually pretty yellow. But that doesn't mean that the plant's dying. It just means that it's moving on to newer leaves, and those ones die back. And it still is a really healthy plant. So everything's doing awesome in this bed. I can't wait to harvest and see what I got for garlic. I think it's going to be great. I have never pulled up a bulb yet. I've never grown a successful garlic bulb. So it's going to be a first for everything. And I'm really anticipating a lot of good results out of this bed. And then last but not least, over here, we are trying, and that's the key word here, we are trying to get some pole beans, and the frost just had a nice little heyday on our pole bean plants. So what can you do? You really can't do much other than just reseed, other than just reseed. So that is the garden. And oh, I forgot to show you really quick, back there is actually a potato bed. And I just covered up the potatoes. They were sprouting. They came up about an inch or two, and I covered them up again with some more soil, and then they grew again, and I covered them up with about an inch or two of soil, and I'm slowly going to build up mounds where they'll grow. So you can't really see anything, but it's back there in that dirty spot. I have one row of Kennebecks and then one row of Redskins. So, but yeah, anyways, so that's the garden. It's looking really great. I still have to transition from my spring veggies into my summer crops, but all in good time. So hope you guys enjoyed that episode. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was a lot of fun filming. It's definitely getting pretty hot. I think it's about 86% humidity. So I gotta run really quick up to the cottage. I'm gonna film really quick the episode on the compost pile. You guys are really gonna enjoy that. It's awesome, and it's looking great so far. So I'm happy with the results. Everything's coming together. And yeah, so stay tuned for those videos. MIgardener Marathon coming at you really quick. So until next episode, talk to you guys later. See ya. Bye.